Lekker boontjie sop. You know what? It's definitely a classic in my family. My grandmother made it. Even my mom made it for me as a youngster. So just the smell alone evokes the warmest memories for me. And right now we're about to put the most amazing soup together with Moira's help. Of course, Moira, lovely to have you in the kitchen.
Thank you, and thank you for having me.
Yeah, soos ek sê, lekker boontjie sop.
It is. It's really lovely. And this is, my mom taught me this when I was very young, and I've just perfected my recipe. Although my mom's one was very good as well.
Right.
But also in the olden days, we used to have to use a pressure cooker because your beans were always some, the hard ones, and they cook for hours and hours. So this is a very quick and easy one because we're so time strapped nowadays.
Okay.
And we're using the KOO, a range of KOO beans.
Brilliant.
And it makes it much quicker.
Okay.
So let's just bring it through, bring your pot through. And in there I've got a Mirepoix, which is basically your chopped onions, leeks, carrots and celery.
Yep.
And we've just sauteed it. We're going to add in some bacon.
Good soup.
It is a base for good soup. And you can add in more of the vegetables if you would prefer more.
All right, so we're just going to crank the heat up on this one a little bit.
Oops.
Okay.
Now, I add bacon because I like the flavour it gives to the soup.
Yes.
You can use bacon or you can just omit it. All right, I'm adding in a bay leaf and some crushed garlic.
All right.
Okay. And we basically just want to saute that.
All right. It's heating up nicely now.
Okay. I'm going to add in some KOO tomato paste because it gives a nice boost of tomato and it gives it colour.
Perfect. Okay. Well, which is what you want with a beef soup
you
as
do.
well. Yeah.
I don't add fresh tomatoes to this because I just find it makes it very acidic and there's enough beans and that to give it that body and texture. All right, and I'm adding a variety of herbs, so some oregano, some basil, some thyme. It's really just lovely, wholesome flavours coming through there.
This tomato paste is really adding such a nice little depth of flavour.
No, it is. And I added in before I add the meat because when I add the meat now, it's going to help to colour it.
Yes.
Now, I use shin. I love shin.
Okay.
Now, you'll notice I've kept the bones in, but I've taken off the excess meat. The bone has got marrow inside.
Yes, which is once again flavour.
Flavour.
All right.
All right, and you always get a lot of flavour coming from the bones itself.
That's it. So you just want to brown this through now.
You just brown it. And remember, soup is not a stew. So you really just want to start releasing those flavours.
Yeah.
I'm going to add in butternut. Now, I use butternut instead of potato because butternut, it helps bring the soup together, should I say, thickens it. Okay, I'm adding in my favourite Worcester sauce.
All right.
That comes together. And then I'm adding in the beef stock.
Okay.
So you'll see how quick and easy it is.
Yeah, that is really, really easy.
All right. So that is the basis of your soup. You would put a lid on it now and you'd bring it up to the boil. And you'd boil it until, when it comes up to the boil, you bring it down to a simmer and you simmer it until your shin is nice and soft and falling apart.
Okay. And how long roughly would that be?
Depends on the grade of your shin, but probably 2 to 2.5 hours.
Okay, cool.
Okay, and then obviously you keep the lid on because you don't want it to reduce, and because soup is nice and watery.
Exactly.
And you'll see I haven't added my beans in yet.
Yeah,
okay? Because now here is my soup already cooked, and my shin is nice and soft. You can see how you can smell the aromas through there. Now what I add in,
hearty.
It is very hearty. I add in baked beans. Now we all have baked beans in our cupboard.
Yeah.
These are the KOO ones. This is in the tomato and herb sauce, so it adds to the flavour.
All right.
And I add in all the gravy because the tomato sauce is flavourful. Okay.
All right, so the beans go in?
The beans go in. I'm adding the mixed beans. This is just a mixture of kidney beans and all your sugar beans and things like that.
Yeah.
If you wanted to use, we do have a sugar bean range, which is also really lovely because in the olden days I used to add lots of sugar beans or barley in there. And then I add in my green beans.
Perfect.
The green beans give it some colour and obviously extra nutrition. And you just mix it together. You would bring it back to the boil or on the stove and simmer it, and then you'd serve it.
And that's pretty much it. All right, you know what? I love this. The keyword for our bean soup this morning is KOO. SMS that to 33728. Now that we took a couple of steps to get to the final product, if you've missed any of those, here's your chance to see it again.
Saute the onions, leeks, celery, carrots and garlic. Add the bacon, bay leaf, butternut, KOO tomato paste, meat and herbs and fry for a few minutes. Add stock and Worcester sauce, simmer until meat has softened. Add the KOO Green Beans, KOO Baked Beans and tomato and herb sauce, KOO Mixed Beans and seasoning. For the full recipe, visit the Expresso Morning Show Facebook page or log on to expressoshow.com. SMS the keyword KOO to 33728 to receive the shopping list on your phone. Click on the link provided to view the recipe. SMSs cost R1.50, no free SMSs, T's and C's apply.
And there you have it, lekker boontjie sop, that keyword KOO, SMS that to 33728. Moira, that looks Delicious.
It does, doesn't it? And
Wow.
it's nice and wholesome, nice and thick, and it's a real good meal.
Yes.
So, and then you just sprinkle a little bit of extra thyme on there at the end, and you serve it just like that. Maybe with some garlic bread or some fresh bread. And it's delicious.
Now you're talking my language, eh? This looks amazing.
This
Thank you very
this
much.
is like it's the secret to a man or a woman's heart.
Through the stomach. I love it. KOO is our keyword. SMS that to 33728. But if you have any other KOO recipes that you would like to share with us, you can do so. Send your recipes to food@expressoshow.com.
Only the best cooks serve KOO because they know it's carefully grown and made with meticulous attention. So when you serve KOO, you can trust you're serving only the best.